Okay, let's get into it. Part 2. What I really wish I hadn't left back in the US. Hi friends! Welcome to part 2 about me trying to fit my life into 150 pounds worth of luggage when I became an expat. So if you haven't watched my last video, that actually was about kind of how I prepared to pack the chaos of trying to fit my life into 150 pounds of luggage, which it was. And I was very ambitious and didn't end up bringing half the stuff that I thought I was going to bring. This video is going to be more about what I wish I had been able to pack, / maybe things that I didn't think I wanted as bad as I now want them. So let's get into it. The first thing is kind of weird and small that I didn't expect. Some of the smaller accessories for my computer. So when I got here, I kind of had to start from scratch and I bought basically all of my desk setup once I got here. I didn't realize how much I needed a few things, like my USB hub, which is tiny. All I needed was a couple extra USBs. That's all. My laptop is she travel size, and she does not have a lot of USB ports. As I mentioned in my last video, I have a problem with if I already own something, I don't want to buy a new one. And silly me was thinking, be like, oh, it's just at home, I'll just have someone send it over. No, that's kind of a pain in the ass. So I ended up buying seconds of a lot of things that I already have back at home, but I needed them. So I bought a USB hub. I also bought a couple HDMI cords. Some of the other stuff I really wish I had, which I kind of was like, yeah, it'll be kind of important. I should bring those, but we need to save weight. With some of my camera stuff, I really wish I hadn't left my tripod at home. So you live, you learn, right? That's what being new to trying to create a YouTube video is learning what equipment you need. Next is something that I knew I would want, but I also knew was not very important, which is my stationery stuff. I like to write letters, and I've always been really bad at it. And now that I have the time and I'm overseas, I figured, why not take the time and get better at writing letters and, corresponding with people the slow way. I have a whole bunch of washi tape and markers, and I have postcards, which are actually coloring books, which I find is really nice when I have anxiety or stress or I'm bored or just feeling really down. I just want to color, and I miss having that stuff with me. I have my iPad, which I can do some of that stuff, but there's something about that tactile, just pen to paper, that I really, really miss. So I kind of miss some of my stationery and journaling supplies that I have back home. Books, like I mentioned before in my other video, I miss some of my books, not necessarily my reading books. When I plan trips, I like to have a book, and I like to mark pages and kind of highlight. I know it's easy to just use a computer and just mark pages and whatever, but when I'm planning a trip, I like to have things around me, and I like that tactile feeling, just like my stationery or journaling and stuff like that. So I kind of wish I had some of my previous travel books, which already have bookmarked places I want to go, things I want to see, road trip ideas. It's already got some of the ideas that I've had planning other trips. So I miss my travel books. And last but not least is the big one that I really wish I had, is our camping gear. I didn't really realize how much we camped, because I never thought we camped a lot before, but it turns out we usually went camping quite a few times in the summer, at least 4 or 5 times, if not more. If not fully camping, we made use of our camping gear all the time. So that's one thing that I really, really, really want to bring back with me when I go home to visit in the fall. Side note, you guys are going to learn that I have very high ambitions. Usually higher than they should be for what we're doing. 2 years ago, we actually took a trip to Scotland, and my great, brilliant idea, this was kind of our big first trip together. It was his first trip overseas, and I was like, oh, this is gonna be great. I had this huge, great, romantic idea of packing all of our stuff in a car, in one of these bags actually, and we were going to camp around Scotland for a full week. We were gonna just travel up Scotland with our car, and since they have right to roam, meant we had so many places that were open to us camping. And I did a bunch of research, and I found some really cool places and some hikes. And needless to say, it was quite a trip. The short version is I almost broke my ankle, and while we were prepared for cold, we were not prepared for rain and 40-mile-an-hour winds. So we have, like, practically at this point brand new sleeping bags, brand new sleeping mats. We have a cook stove. We have all this gear that we bought specifically to camp here in the UK, and specifically, like, we bought some lighter weight stuff so that it would be easier to pack and bring over and then bring back. And we have none of that here. So I have been trying to force myself not to buy more camping gear while I'm here to use it, because camping gear is expensive, and I don't want to have to buy a brand new sleeping bag when I have a really nice sleeping bag that I love back at home. I bought him a brand new sleeping bag for his birthday before the trip, and then eventually I don't need 4 sleeping bags. I don't need it. So those are kind of the top things that so far I've realized that I miss and I want to have back. I'm sure within the next month / when I go home in the fall, I will think of so many more that I want and need. I figured I'd share with you my thoughts on what I wish I had and what I do have, because for the first month I really didn't think about it. I was like, no, I've got everything I need, it's good. I brought everything I wanted. The longer I'm here, definitely the more things that I'm realizing I didn't need or I do want. So as time goes on, I'll probably make a few more of these videos, but for now, that's kind of my list. I hope everyone enjoyed this video. If you did, give me a like, drop me a comment if you have any questions or what you like to bring, if you're living abroad, what you miss about being back home or wish you had with you. Don't forget to hit the subscribe, and both of those things really help me out trying to grow this channel, create content that people want to see. But for now, I will talk to you guys later, and have a great day. Bye!